Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And I was thinking about before I hit the little go button, I want to look right into your heart this morning. I want to pierce any veil you have in front of your heart and hopefully help you put your guard down just long enough to receive this message. This is all about loving yourself. And it's interesting, right? Because so many of us in this community, I read your comments, I write back to you, and gosh, we are an incredibly unique bunch of people who spend a lot of our time working on loving others. But a lot of you said, you know what? Man, I get a lot of work when it comes to loving myself. And I wanted to kind of take some time this morning and unpack the reason why I think this is so critical. There is no way that we can sustain and go out in the world and do the healing work, the healing angel work, the earth angel work, the light work, the light worker work, unless we begin here each and every day, fortifying our heart, fortifying our soul, remembering what it takes for us to actually have the power, the strength, the fortitude, and the courage to go out there and be a light. And also when we're in the dark spaces, which many of us are spending a lot more time examining our shadow, examining our dark spaces. I know I have, and man, a lot of stuff has come up, and I'm just really doing my best not to abandon myself when that does come up. So this morning I want to walk you through a practice that is sort of my high five every morning that I've been working on. This is decades old. I revamp it, I fortify it, I change it if it seems like it's losing some of its power. But for the most part, these 5 are solids in my life. And I don't know, sound dramatic? I believe these have saved my life. There's no question these have saved my life. So I'm going to walk you through these 5. And if you want to write these down, put them someplace just as a reminder. Put them next to your toothbrush, maybe put them next to your computer monitor. Put them on your yoga mats when you're doing downward facing dog. You're looking at them, you're going, okay, love yourself well. That's today. This is what this is all about. So number 1, feel your pain. Feel your pain and then choose to witness yourself standing in your compassion. When pain comes up, it's so much a reactionary that our physiology is wired to like, oh my gosh, get away from it. It's fearful, it's scary, it's dark, run away. But in the spiritual world, when we have the pain, the most important thing we can do is give ourselves compassion and say, where is it coming from? Why is it here? Why is it still here? What can I learn from this about loving myself through this? What can I learn from this by loving myself through this? That's what standing in your compassion is all about. Boy, is that a practice. If that's all we did, we win the day. Number 2, take it outdoors. And this is something that I'm learning more and more around the circadian rhythm and adrenal fatigue and just overwhelm, that sense of just feeling like I can't get out of my own way, and I want to find a perspective that changes my neurochemistry and my physiology so I can see the world with brand new eyes, soft eyes again, to look at myself. Here's what we know when we walk outside, when we get out of our office space, our home space, just getting in the outdoors, regardless if it's on the sidewalk in the middle of the city, looking up and seeing the sky, if you're in the country, seeing a tree, just seeing anything outside of our home space lowers cortisol, raises dopamine, raises serotonin, helps us to lower the inflammatory compounds that get in the way of seeing ourselves with soft eyes. It's like a reset. When it's going really dark, I just get outdoors, just breathe for a few moments, look at the sky, give myself that reset physiologically and spiritually. It's like an intervention, but it's a soft intervention. It doesn't have to be hard all the time. We don't have to be hardaholics. Number 3, on your to-you list, right? You want me, you're going to say, isn't it a to-do list? It is most of the time for most of us. We have our list, 17 things, 23 things. And as long as we get through those things, then we go, oh, you're worthy of love. You did it. You were successful. You should be happy now. But what if you only get 20 out of 23? Do you hold yourself in the penalty box and say, you know what? You missed it today. And that is why it's so important before you get to your to-do, have at least 1, 2, or 3 to-yous. And those 2-yous are number 4. 4 M's. Right here. Mantra. My mantra these days is you are alive to the degree that you serve, so serve yourself with love and compassion first. James, Jimmy, Jimbo, whatever age I'm working on with my inner child. You are alive to the degree that you serve, so serve yourself well. Serve yourself well. That's it. right there. Beautiful. First M, that's my mantra. Number 2, this is so, so critical. Moving your body each and every morning, whether it's a walk, whether it's a run, whether it's wind sprints, whether it's yoga, whatever it is to get your chemistry moving. All motion creates positive emotion. Your neurochemistry becomes a pharmacy of possibility. That's right, your neurochemistry becomes a possibility pharmacy. My gosh, think about that. Giving yourself permission to have that movement each and every day. Move from your movement right into meditation, because when all those neurochemicals are moving after you've moved, your meditation will be rich, it'll be courageous, it'll be centered, it'll be present. It'll move you into places where you start to have divergent thinking, where you start to see yourself in the world differently, different type of possibility, a different lens. And lastly, so critical these days, the research on a breakfast that is plant-based and rich in healthy fats, nuts and seeds, and yummy proteins that are coming from plants. Lower your inflammation, raise your vitality. Energy is your currency of possibility, right? Energy is your currency of possibility. So put food in your body can turn into energy. And lastly, is your present dialogue, your present story, your present narrative, is it kind and loving and courageous enough that 10, 20, 40 years from now, spirit willing, will it end well? That one is sometimes all I need to remember. How am I talking to myself? How am I loving myself? Or am I beating myself up and berating myself and marginalizing and diminishing myself? And if I continue on that path, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, how is my story going to end if I don't end that? And that's when I do my interjection. Feel my pain. Get outdoors. Do everything I can to put myself on the priority list of my service. And then take those 4 M's to heart. I want my story to be beautiful more often. I want your story to be beautiful all the time, or as much as you possibly can stand having it be beautiful, because you are beautiful. Will your narrative, the present narrative of today, at the end of this day, will you be happy with what you told yourself? Will you be happy with how you love yourself? Will you feel strong in what you presented to yourself from your heart? I pray it is. Love yourself well. Didn't really follow the script, but oh well. That's me. I know we went long today. Thanks for hanging in there. I love you. I believe in you. Let's have some fun today. Loving ourselves out loud. Peace and blessings. Bye for now.